So I was actually in a conference, international conference this morning in Darling Harbour, and the keynote speaker from overseas was a networking conference. So he was talking about the time when there will be 1 trillion devices connected by networks, by internet. Now, the problem is that we have invented this nice, beautiful, small words, that trillion. And it's very hard for us to appreciate how big is trillion. And we have also been desensitized by hearing $1 trillion losses in GFCs and things like that. So for me to try to visualize how much is $1 trillion, I say if I earn $1 million a day, which would be a huge amount of money for me, unfortunately, it would take me 3 years almost to earn $1 billion, and it would take me 3,000 years to earn $1 trillion. And if I wanted to write a trillion or around a trillion figure using Roman numerals, we hadn't invented this Hindu system, and I only had symbols up to, say, 1000 M, it would take me in the order of 12 years to write it down. So 1 trillion devices on the internet, the speaker was saying that that's the natural culmination of our evolution. So we started with people-to-people communication, and then we went to people-to-machines, which is the internet, and people-to-people was phones, all right? And then we went to the people-to-machines, which is the web, so you use it for search and retrieval of information. And then the next phase will be machine-to-machines, which will completely dwarf human-to-human interactions. The machines would take all the chatter away from us. I'm not sure whether that 1 trillion devices on the internet is within the possible circle that was talked about today. But by 2020, I can entertain the fact that it probably will happen pretty soon, in our lifetimes anyway. But I disagree with that progression. I think the people-to-people, maybe the phone, we started, it was a person-to-person. Then we had the people-to-machine. What we are focusing on now is actually when crowds of people want to use internet to communicate with each other. And we don't really have good tools for it. So you have seen all of these new developments on the internet when people actually use internet not so much to retrieve information, of course they do that as well, but just to be in touch. And that goes across genders, especially female users, goes across age groups. People are crowding in millions and want to use internet to communicate with each other. So we haven't even scratched the surface on that. And that's the purpose of our project. I think we want to create a natural ability for people to use the network to be able to interact and mingle in crowds, not just on one-to-one telephone-based style of communication. So we have built iSee, and the key, of course, is the underlying capability which allows scalable delivery of this communication. And we have an early prototype which can be tailored for any business or any market domain. And I'm going to show you a very short video. This video was produced by our research team. We are not production experts, all right? And the problem is that because iSee uses a lot of graphics, so we actually shift a lot of code to the graphics card. We had this video capturing software, which again also shifts a lot of code to graphics card. So they conflict with each other. So the frame rate of iSee is quite low when you see the actual screenshots. Hopefully you can oversee that.
The immersive multimedia system, iSee, provides real-time audio and video communication capability for crowded virtual gatherings. iSee can be used as a standalone application by educational institutions and corporations for training and collaboration. After authentication, the user selects one of a number of environments accessible to him or her. In this particular example, the chosen environment includes a workshop room with multiple discussion tables and a lecture theatre. Participants are represented by floating panels that move and rotate under their control. Their real-time videos are displayed on the front faces of these avatars. Other information, such as the name or company logo, can also be uploaded onto an avatar. The voice of each participant emanates from the center of the avatar and propagates within the virtual environment. This provides an immersive and spatial voice communication capability where multiple conversations can take place naturally and simultaneously. A virtual microphone is available to allow everyone to hear the speaker in a large room. Participants may choose a 2D browser and switch between the 2D and 3D modes anytime during an active session. In the 2D view, the locations of users are shown on a small map on the left lower corner of the screen. They can select the videos of others and can change these dynamically. The audio is heard spatially according to the arrangement of users in the 3D environment. In a given session, there can be a mix of users with 3D and 2D viewers. iSee supports distribution and sharing of multimedia content within the shared space. In this example, a PowerPoint presentation is being uploaded on one of the display boards. The users can also upload other content such as images, videos, or even the real-time capture of their own desktop screen. Another possibility is to integrate iSee with other web-based applications, such as a learning management system, a social networking site, or other virtual environments. In the example shown here, the instructor can set up scheduled classes and events that run using iSee. It is also possible to create ad hoc meetings on the fly, inviting those users who are currently online to participate in a quick gathering. iSee provides an efficient and scalable platform for the distribution and dissemination of real-time multimedia in crowded virtual spaces.